He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Confucius. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Friedrich Nietzsche. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Abraham Lincoln. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Seneca. Fortune favors the bold. Virgil. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Mark Twain. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Frederick Douglass. Character is destiny. Heraclitus. The price of greatness is responsibility. Winston Churchill. A man who cannot control his anger is a slave. Seneca. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Joseph Campbell. Hard times create strong men. G. Michael Hoff. He who angers you conquers you. Elizabeth Kenny. The superior man is modest in speech but exceeds in action. Confucius. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. William James. Do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. Bruce Lee. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Socrates. Small disciplines repeated with consistency lead to great achievements. John C. Maxwell. If you want to shine like the sun, first burn like the sun. A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. A goal without a plan is just a wish. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. He who is brave is free. Seneca. The future depends on what you do today. Mahatma Gandhi. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Steve Jobs. Better to fight for something than live for nothing. George S. Patton. Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Aristotle. The best revenge is massive success. Frank Sinatra. Energy and persistence conquer all things. Benjamin Franklin. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. James Clear. A smooth sea never made a skilled sailor. Franklin D. Roosevelt. He who conquers others is strong. He who conquers himself is mighty. Lao Tzu. Silence is a source of great strength. Lao Tzu. Victory belongs to the most persevering. Napoleon Bonaparte. What you can, with what you have, where you are. Theodore Roosevelt. To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. Winston Churchill. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Confucius. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. Mahatma Gandhi. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Milton Berle. The only easy day was yesterday. Navy SEAL motto. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Nelson Mandela. He who opens a school door closes a prison. Victor Hugo. The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. Bruce Lee. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. William Faulkner. It always seems impossible until it's done. Nelson Mandela. He who has patience can have what he will. Benjamin Franklin. A disciplined mind brings happiness. Buddha. The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph. Thomas Paine. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing. Muhammad Ali. The wound is the place where the light enters you. Rumi. A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions. Marcus Aurelius. The obstacle is the way. Zen proverb. Dream big and dare to fail. Norman Vaughan. A wise man adapts himself to circumstances. Confucius. Great men are not born great, they grow great. Mario Puzo. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Lao Tzu. Man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. André Gide. Do not judge me by my successes, judge me by how many times I fell and got back up again. Nelson Mandela. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow is our doubts of today. Franklin D. Roosevelt. A great man is hard on himself, a small man is hard on others. Confucius. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. Jimmy Johnson. Work hard in silence, let success make the noise. Frank Ocean. Adversity reveals genius, prosperity conceals it. Horace. He who would move the world must first move himself. Socrates. Fall 7 times, stand up 8. Japanese proverb. Nothing will work unless you do. Maya Angelou. He who fears suffering already suffers from what he fears. Michel de Montaigne. Do not wish it were easier, wish you were better. Jim Rohn. A man who stands for nothing will fall for anything. Malcolm X. The best way out is always through. Robert Frost. Your life does not get better by chance, it gets better by change. Jim Rohn. Greatness lies not in being strong, but in the right use of strength. Henry Ward Beecher. The man who masters his mind masters his fate. Buddhist proverb. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but to your estimate of it. Marcus Aurelius. Act without expectation. Lao Tzu. The successful man will profit from his mistakes and try again in a different way. Dale Carnegie. Do not wait to strike till the iron is hot. Make it hot by striking. William Butler Yeats. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. Helen Keller. He who controls himself controls his destiny. Unknown. It is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Mark Twain. The price of inaction is far greater than the cost of a mistake. Meister Eckhart. A man's character is his fate. Heraclitus. He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened. Lao Tzu. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Edmund Burke. The more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. Norman Schwarzkopf. Success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. Winston Churchill. The strongest man in the world is he who stands most alone. Henrik Ibsen. Become the man you needed when you were younger. Unknown.